typhoon arrived at a critical time, striking Hangzhou, just as the city was preparing for one of its most famous and mesmerizing natural phenomena, the annual Qiantang River tidal bore. This tidal event is already known for its powerful waves, but the presence of the typhoon only served to intensify the force and height of the waves, creating a much more dangerous spectacle than usual. Despite numerous warnings from local authorities about the heightened risk, thrill-seeking tourists ignored safety precautions, venturing dangerously close to the river to witness the natural wonder. Every year, the Qiantang River tidal bore is at its most dramatic around the Mid-Autumn Festival, with the period before and after the festival being considered the best time to view the tidal waves. On the 18th day of the 8th lunar month, the tidal bore reaches its peak, creating massive waves that surge up the river in an awe-inspiring display of nature's power. This event draws massive crowds from across China, eager to experience the sight of waves crashing along the riverbanks with tremendous force. The combination of the river's unique topography and the gravitational pull of the moon causes this rare tidal phenomenon, which has become an annual tradition for locals and tourists alike.
Wow, 快跑！快跑！哇，这么大的狗！哇塞！我靠！哇！
Anticipating the dangers posed by the typhoon, local authorities took swift action. Starting on Wednesday, they issued an emergency order that prohibited non-essential personnel from accessing the Qiantang River embankment. The government urged people to stay away from the river, as the combination of the typhoon and the astronomical tidal forces would create conditions ripe for disaster. Officials warned that the overlapping effects of the typhoon and the tidal bore could result in waves breaching the embankments, potentially leading to serious casualties and widespread damage if people failed to heed their advice. Despite these warnings, many visitors were undeterred, eager to experience the raw power of the Qiantang River tide firsthand. On Thursday, one tourist found herself in a frightening situation when the tide unexpectedly surged while she was filming the waves on her phone. The wave crashed onto the shore with such force that her phone was swept away by the rushing water before she even had a chance to react. She later described the incident as a close call, explaining that the wave had come so suddenly that she could do nothing to prevent the loss of her phone.
呀，乖，看这边，看这边。挺好。
In video footage of the event, dark storm clouds loom ominously over the river as tourists watch the approaching waves, many of them unaware of the imminent danger. Within moments, a massive wave crashes onto the shore, knocking several people to the ground as the crowd scrambles to avoid being dragged into the river.
Whoa.
In another incident on the same day, a man found himself in a similarly dangerous position while watching the tidal bore from another section of the riverbank. As the tide began to rise rapidly, the man was forced to take drastic action to avoid being caught in the rushing water. With the waves threatening to engulf him, he climbed a tree to escape the flood, holding on tightly as the water surged beneath him. He later recounted that the entire ordeal lasted only about a minute, but the intensity of the situation made it feel much longer. He acknowledged that had he ventured closer to the water, the outcome could have been far worse. Fortunately, he was able to escape unharmed, though visibly shaken by the close encounter. The Qiantang River tidal bore, while breathtaking, is also unpredictable and dangerous, especially when compounded by external forces like a typhoon. The convergence of typhoon and the tidal bore is an extremely rare occurrence, and experts have been warning about the potential for dangerous conditions since the typhoon began its approach. The natural topography of the Qiantang River creates waves that can reach heights of several meters, and the additional force from the typhoon makes these waves even more unpredictable. In some cases, the waves can breach the embankments, flooding nearby areas and causing significant damage.